Hello everybody, it's Glitter Informer and welcome to the quarter season climax of Meitantei Pretty Cure! Let's get this out of the way right now. This episode was so good, you guys. I was worried about them nerfing the villains or the stakes being so high that there wouldn't be any tension for the rest of the show, but episode 13 avoided both of those issues and was just about the best damn quarter season climax I could have possibly imagined. We'll get to just how later. In the meantime, my goodness, there is just so much to talk about. A lot of questions got answered, a lot of big reveals occurred, and yet tons of questions remain and even more get introduced. This show just keeps its momentum going, and I am here for it. This episode starts out the way a typical Meitantei Pretty Cure episode would end. We open with Anna and Mikuru in the middle of a mystery, the case of a stolen robot toy. They figure out the culprit within the first 4 minutes of the episode, and that includes over a minute and a half for the opening theme and title card. The culprit turns out to be Niji in disguise, who turns the toy into a Haninda. Our heroines transform, and after a decent fight scene, they defeat the Haninda before we even reach the 9-minute mark. Normally an episode would be all but over by now, but over half of this episode still remains. By the way the girls defeat the Haninda is really clever. It shoots out its fists as rockets, which home in on the girls so they can't run away. So what do? They run towards the Haninda, then jump up at the last second. The fist can't change direction fast enough, so the Haninda ends up getting punched by its own fists. If you hadn't seen last episode's preview of this one, it would be pretty dang clear that this whole confrontation with Niji is a mere prelude to the actual meat and potatoes of the episode. Even the show itself stops focusing on the giant monster battle for a while, and instead turns its attention to Luluka, who has come to talk to Niji. She's here to warn him that the big boss, Usonoir, is making like Thanos and planning to fight Pretty Cure himself. Interestingly, none of Usonoir's underlings are happy at all with the idea of their boss getting involved. Aga-sen is actively trying to talk him down, but to no effect. Niji laments that if Usonoir makes a move, he could end up destroying the whole world instead of taking it over. And Luluka intends to jump in and defeat Pretty Cure herself so that Usonoir has no need to join the fight. She's so determined to do so that for the first time, she actually looks and sounds angry. Usually she never gets anywhere near that emotional. This is so different from any other Pretty Cure season that I've ever watched. Usually the head honcho's underlings are stoked to have their big boss joining the battle, and often their goal is to make it so that the big kahuna is able to get into action. The fact that the Phantom Thieves are actively arguing against their boss and trying to stop the world from being destroyed by Usonoir's sheer reality-breaking powers makes them more nuanced than just evil villains for the sake of being evil. Luluka transforms into Cure Arcana Shadow. She does Arcana Star Rain again, but this time Curiancer and Cure Mystique are able to dodge the attack. I guess they're getting better slowly but surely. That doesn't mean they'll be able to stop her, of course, but there is one person who can. Suddenly, the entire world starts glitching out. Jet Senpai explains that space itself is being warped, and to be honest, the staticky effects make it look like already reality itself is threatening to collapse. It's super creepy, and it's so cool. And yep, the cause of the whole world going absolutely insano style is in fact Usonoir, who teleports in and stops Cure Arcana Shadow from grinding the other two cures into a fine powder. The green aura surrounding him kinda looks like Incredible Gassy, but other than that, the scene where he finally appears before the main characters for the first time is awe-inducing. The moment this guy teleports in, the whole sky goes dark. And I only realized it in this episode, but Usonoir is gigantic. We've almost always seen him sitting down, far away from the other Phantom Thieves. But seeing him standing up with his normal-sized lackeys as comparison, this guy's like twice as tall as a normal person. The first thing Usonoir does once he shows up is give us our first drop of lore. You see, neither Curiancer nor Cure Mystique ever appeared in Usonoir's beloved Tome of Mirages. That's kind of a big deal, because the Tome of Mirages predicts everything that will ever happen. It was written by Mashutan's ancestors, which makes sense. Of course the fortune-telling book is going to be written by fortune-telling fairies. For some reason, nobody in the modern times was able to decipher the legendary tome until Usonoir came in. So Usonoir is about to obliterate the two girls because they're anomalies who defied predictions, and he can't have that. But then, Nietzsche once again argues against Usonoir. See, Answer and Mystique still have the Makoto jewel they got from the earlier fight. For some reason, they didn't immediately give it over to Pochiton like they usually do. So Nietzsche offers to go and steal the Makoto jewel off them because that's worked so well the past several times he's tried to do it. And then we get our second lore drop. Remember how back when I was first starting out the Meitantei Pretty Cure reviews, I made a raunchy joke about Makoto from Danganronpa being a specimen of a man because he had so many jewels? Well, turns out there was only ever one Makoto jewel. Sorry, my dude. Those supposed Makoto jewels everyone's been fighting over this whole time? They were just fragments of a single gigantic jewel. The Makoto jewel. All of the villains knew this already. The only ones out of the loop were our merry band of heroes. Kinda like Cure Arcana Shadow, Nietzsche is like, wait a minute, you guys don't already know this? So here's the deal with the original Makoto jewel. It was born out of all of humanity's true feelings, whatever that means, and it was a gigantic glowing sphere that floated in the sky and looked like the sun. It was also a very powerful object, so the Kyoto Detective Agency kept it hidden. They kept relocating it all around the world. But the Tome of Mirages predicted the Makoto jewel would appear in Makoto Mirai City, so Usonoir went after it anyways. As a last resort, somebody from the Kyoto Detective Agency shattered the Makoto jewel into a bunch of extremely tiny pieces. At first I was thinking there was going to be about as many of these magical collectible items as there were episodes in this season, but in the flashback to the Makoto jewel getting shattered, there are a ton of pieces. There look to be at least hundreds of these little fragments. There's no way the gang will be able to collect every single Makoto jewel piece if they're going at the one fragment per episode pace they have right now. Also, the Pretty Cure fandom has gone absolutely wild over this flashback. Notice that the beam that shatters the Makoto jewel is light blue. Notice also that for a split second, the reflection of a butterfly appears in Usonoir's mask. And who do we know who has a light blue themed color and a butterfly motif? That's right, Cure Claire. This whole time, I had been wondering whether Cure Arcana Shadow or Cure Claire was the veteran Cure who used to work at the detective agency, and I had baselessly assumed that whichever one wasn't must be a new addition who first transforms later on in the show, perhaps near the midpoint. But unless this is all light blue herring, it seems that both Claire and Arcana Shadow predate our two current protagonists. Also, usually Magical Girl shows don't explain why the villains always insist on attacking the main character's hometown, so the heroines are always able to stop them. You'd think they'd send one of their giant monsters rampaging around, say, South America, because none of those people have Magical Girl warriors to defend them. But here, the show has made it clear that the Makoto jewels the villains are after are all located entirely within Makoto Mirai City. That's why the villains have to contend with the heroes every single time. Okay, that's it for the lore, at least for now. Nietzsche tries to de-escalate the situation one last time by warning Answer and Mystique that if they don't hand over the Makoto jewel fragment, the world will fall apart. But they don't listen, and Usonoir doesn't listen, and they fight. Interestingly, of all the underlings, Goemon is the only one who isn't upset about Usonoir using his reality warping powers to potentially collapse all of space-time. Maybe he doesn't understand the gravity of the issue because he's a himbo. Okay, so anyway, they fight. And holy hackaroni! When Toei was asked how much money they'd give to this episode's animation budget, Toei just said yes. The fight scenes between Answer, Mystique, and Usonoir are incredible. We have constantly changing camera angles, fluid motion in combat, and some really close-up shots that give off a feeling of claustrophobia. This nerve-wracking atmosphere is super fitting because Usonoir absolutely wipes the freaking floor with the two heroines. It makes total sense. Answer and Mystique can't even hold their own against Cure Arcana Shadow, let alone the guy powerful enough to command her. Not only does this guy cause tremors in the fabric of space-time itself whenever he uses his powers, He's able to summon a freaking tornado out of nowhere, and he shoots purple laser beams as well. Oh, and the music goes really hard too. I think this season has one of the better scores out of all the seasons of Pretty Cure. The minor key guitar solo when the girls drop the Makoto Jewel fragment and Usonoir goes to pick it up is especially beautiful. Anyways, the girls have collapsed to the ground. Usonoir is about to finally obtain a Makoto Jewel piece, but Pochitan flies in and is like, "Over my dead body." Except she doesn't say that because she can only say Pochi. But this freaking baby, who has way less combat prowess than her Pretty Cure partners, is willing to stand up to the most powerful guy in the universe. She really is brave. There's nothing stopping Usonoir from crushing Pochitan into a baby pancake right then and there. But Answer jumps in and distracts him by asking him why he wants the Makoto Jewel pieces so damn badly. And here's where we get our third lore drop. See, the Phantom Thieves' goal is to envelop the world in lies, but that's super vague, and only here do we find out what that really means. See, in another similarity to Thanos, Usonoir can make reality into whatever he wants. Any lie he tells, he can make reality. He demonstrates his power on two sickeningly saccharine sweethearts from the opening theme. They were suspects in episode 2's Stolen Pen Mystery, but they also had brief appearances in episodes 11 and 12. I just didn't mention them because they weren't relevant to the plot then. Here though, they actually matter. Usonoir teleports them from some random ice cream shop into the battle zone, and he uses his powers to brainwash them into hating each other. They start arguing and even physically fighting, and their eyes glow bright red. Then Usonoir decides he's done demonstrating his power, so he unbrainwashes them to teleport them back where they were before. So why hasn't Usonoir already taken over the entire world with his immense ability? Well, it's limited. He can only temporarily change reality, and he can't affect everything. For instance, he tries to use his power to get Cure Answer to kneel before him, but even though her eyes go red, she's able to use all of her willpower and break free of his brainwashing. This will not, however, be the case once he obtains the Makoto Jewel. With that, he'll basically become God. Which makes me wonder why he tries to kill Pochitan. Usonoir specifically states that when Pochitan makes the Makoto Jewel fragments disappear at the end of each fight scene, what she's actually doing is sending them to some other location where they get fused together to rebuild the Makoto Jewel. Pochitan is actively rebuilding the Makoto Jewel. Isn't that what Usonoir wants to do? Why not leave her alive until she's done rebuilding the Makoto Jewel, and then steal the completed product? But yeah, this is a huge reveal to our protagonists, and the villains once again marvel at how ill-informed these people are. Goemon remarks that the Kyoto Detective Agency in London loves keeping secrets, and yeah, I'm inclined to agree with him. The agency is terrible at communication, which makes me believe they're actively trying to hide important information. This show initially sets up the detectives as forces of truth who seek and reveal it, and the Phantom Thieves as embodiments of falsehood who envelop everything in secrets and lies. Yet the head honchos over in London love keeping secrets from their underlings in Japan, and it's the villainous, lying Phantom Thieves who reveal the important truth to our heroes. Things are significantly more nuanced than they originally appeared. Love when shows do this, seeming all kitty and pure good versus pure evil, only to turn everything on its head as the show goes on. So anyways, we get even more amazingly animated fighting, and it's freaking awesome. But even though Answer and Mystique put up a good fight, Usonoir still gets the upper hand on them. He's about to finish them off, when Arcana's shadow suddenly jumps in out of nowhere and blocks his attack. It's really amazing how consistently powerful she is. Even though the other two Cures struggle not to get literally blown away by his attacks, she's able to block him. It isn't exactly nothing to her, she breaks a sweat for the very first time, but still, she's impressive. So why did the token evil Pretty Cure suddenly have a change of heart and save the heroes' lives? Well, don't get it twisted, she's not turning good just yet. See, the Tome of Mirages started glowing, and a new message has appeared within it. And here's where we get to this show's really clever solution to the problem I mentioned at the beginning. How does the show have the heroes defeat the main villain this early on while still preserving the stakes? Simple. It doesn't. Instead, Usonoir simply leaves. But why would he pass up a perfect opportunity to get rid of those pesky Pretty Cures? Well, here's where we get the fourth lore drop. Remember the July 1999 prophecy from episode 7? The one that predicted the world would fall to evil? That is from the Tome of Mirages, and it predicts that whoever holds the Makoto Jewel will become a great king and envelop the world in lies. But the message that just appeared in the book also predicts that Cure Answer and Cure Mystique will appear in July 1999. So Usonoir needs to keep the girls alive until then, or the prophecy won't come true. Okay, so two things. First of all, I was under the impression that since this was the episode where Usonoir would make his big debut, it would take place in the fated month of July 1999. But it seems I was wrong, and the big date won't take place for a while yet. Normally keeping track of time would be easier. Most Pretty Cure seasons sync up time-wise with the real world. So for instance, an episode that takes place in July would air in July. But this season's a little different. Episode 1 aired on February 1st, 2026, but most of it took place on April 2nd, 1999. So it's not clear how much time has passed since then. Second of all, I'm really curious to see how this prophecy will play out. Usonoir assumes that he will be the Great King for the prophecy, even though the prophecy never mentions a specific name. The prophecy is so vaguely written that there's obviously going to be some sort of twist. But I think the twist will be that our heroes obtain the Makoto Jewel and become rulers of the world, because 1, they're girls so they can't be kings, and 2, I don't think they would envelop the world in lies. So who knows? Maybe Neji or Goemon will pull a Starscream and usurp Usonoir's throne? And so the villains all teleport away. Actually teleporting this time instead of using smoke bombs, giant flowers, or sakura petals, because Usonoir is able to magic them out of there. The heroes return the stolen robot toy, give Pochiton the latest Makoto Jewel piece, and all is well and good for the time being. The last notable thing that happens is that Pochiton actually learns to talk somewhat. She says Anna, Miru, and Jet Senpai's names for the first time, though she calls Miruku Milk because it's pronounced Miruku in Japanese. The gang assumes that Pochiton is growing up a bit because of how many Makoto Jewel fragments she's gotten, but depending on how quickly or slowly fairies age, maybe she just aged naturally with time. Well, that's the episode. I absolutely adored this one, you guys. It was so well animated, it was cleverly written, it revealed tons of important lore, and it was super nuanced too. I loved the idea of the villains having disagreements with one another but not outright opposing each other. And I love the internal tension set up within the Cure Toad Detective Agency. There's something shady going on with the main branch over in London, and I get the feeling they're going to continue hindering our heroes in the quest to save the world. Things are getting more complex than just detectives good, thieves bad, and I am so excited to see how this dynamic continues as the season goes on. Next episode, we're going to finally find out more information about that one student council president girl who appeared for like 5 seconds in episode 7. It seems like she'll find out the secret of Pochiton as well, which is super interesting. I'll see you all then. Bye bye!